Not going to want to miss a second of this video. By the time you're done watching this video, you're going to make this pooter fart so well, people are going to swear they can smell it. I want you to get as much fart for your buck as you can out of this thing. Hi. So today I'm going to be talking about the pooter. This thing right here is nothing but a piece of rubber. It's got plastic on one end with a hole, and on this side there ain't no hole. I was also told I need to class my YouTube channel up, so I have added some art decor. So I'm not only going to be reviewing this item, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks so you can get the most delicious, sweet-sounding fart noises out of this thing you ever did hear. They have these pooters on Amazon from around $6 to around $12. So let's get farted. Just like a real fart, you got to have some skin to make it sound like a real fart. So right here with the hole, you're going to want to put this up against your hand. If you want to check one of these pooters out after this video, there will be an Amazon link in the description of this video and also one in the comments. A lot of people are wanting to use this thing not to become TikTok famous or anything, but they want to use this in the real life just to have fun with. I will have my top 5 hilarious uses of this thing listed in the middle of this video. I think a lot of people, when they first get this, they think, okay, stick it against my hand, start pushing on it. And you hear that. It makes you can hear it making some noise, right? But you kind of got to finesse this thing. And it's sort of like playing an instrument. You gotta get a feel for it, and you gotta figure out where it fits on your hand perfectly, you know, because everybody's got different hands. So if you got like a big meaty hand, and I'm not calling you fat, if you got a big meaty hand, this thing probably is going to work pretty good for you. There's going to be a little more cushion in there and a little more flatulation. My hands are a little bit skinny, so I had to figure out ways to get some good sound out of this thing. Best placement for this is right kind of like on, for me, is on like the kind of like the heel area right here. And I kind of get my feel for it. And what I do is I kind of grab just like the side of it and push down. So I'm actually kind of pulling down on the side first and going kind of slow. And not only does that help, but there's also another tip that I've kind of thrown in because I realized sometimes those farts sound a little bit too dry. So what I have also incorporated, which is another helpful hint, is I have been using lotion. So this is actually beef tallow lotion. I put a little bit of this on my hands to kind of moisten things up. So get a little grease on there. I think it sounds a little more realistic because sometimes we're humans, right? Sometimes it might be a little moist down there, right? Anyway, here we go. Oh, when the saints go marching in. That's with a little bit of lotion on there. To me, it sounds more realistic already. See there? Yeah. And like a good frying pan, I think this thing does better once it's been seasoned. So once you've kind of gotten this thing a little bit warmed up, you know, and you've you know, had a little lotion on your hands and stuff, this thing seems like a little more flexible and a little seasoned. I saw a comedian, I think, on TikTok, and he was going into grocery stores and big box stores, places like that, and he was getting up next to people, getting real close to them, doing one of these numbers, secretly, like the comedians I've seen do, hold it like in my armpit or something, and maybe just do it one time, make them think that I farted, and see the reaction. I noticed in the videos I was watching, the comedian or comedians that I was watching, I noticed that when they would use this thing, it actually sounded like a real fart. And I was very impressed by that. When I first got this thing, I could not make it sound like a real fart. It took probably about an hour's worth of practice to get kind of good at it. And then when I started using hand lotion, to me it started sounding a lot more realistic. When I'm using this thing, it feels like most of the air is escaping right here right here in my thumb area. Again, we'll go over the secrets here. Try to put it about right here in my thumb area. Kind of sitting on that little heel right there. Another secret, again, is I lotion up my hands with beef tallow or just regular lotion sometimes. And then you kind of do a squeeze to where it's a little bit sideways. Feels like the air's kind of coming out of back there again. And then the fourth step, as far as making it sound realistic, is putting it like in your armpit or maybe have it in a coat pocket. And when you get close to somebody, you know, let her rip. Use number 1, use this thing on public transportation and people will give up their seat for you. Use number 2, invite people over for a dinner party, let out a few toots, and people will know something hot is cooking. Use number 3, take this thing into a public bathroom and people outside of your stall will think you're having a really bad day. Use number 4, if you're insecure about the loudness of your farts, use this thing to enhance your toot tone. Use number 5, if you're trying to get out of a date early, Take the pooter along with you. Every time your date takes a bite, let out a toot, and they will probably get up and leave you, and you won't have to worry about leaving them early. And now, to fart or not to fart, that is the question. Or deliver fart salupsly is definitely not number 2. It's number 1. First, I did not think this thing was going to deliver. The longer you play with this thing, you'll find your groove. This thing gets an A+ for me. It's a very simple thing. It's very cheap, and you're going to get a lot of fun out of it. When I whip this thing out, people laugh. I've used this thing on people, and I know that they really think that I farted next to them. Take your time, learn how to use this thing, and you're going to love the reactions. So take the tips I've given you today and put them to practice. Whether you're just going to use this thing for party tricks or you're going to go on social media and make yourself a fart millionaire, this thing's a winner. Do you got some good information out of this poot tutorial today? Please watch my next video. Like, subscribe, and comment. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to Tony's Reviews today, and God bless you. Ooh. Ooh, happy birthday to you. Here's my present for you.